What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video. And long story short, I'm gonna try to make this a shorter video because I mainly wanted to get it out for you people. But my lighting normally sucks, and this is probably the worst lighting I have had. It's either the worst or the best lighting. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But long story short, my light is jammed at the moment. The main light for my room, so the lighting that you see right now comes from my lamp, which is very bright, but I did take the shade off of it. But again, I kind of want to get this video out for you guys, and it is the grand finale of the 2023 NBA Offseason Wishlist. If you watched the very first video, I've changed. If you watched episode 1 to now, number 7, the finale, I've changed the title almost every time. It started off with things I'd like to see in the 2023 NBA offseason, things I'd like to see in the 2023 NBA offseason, and then I ended up calling it my 2023 NBA offseason wish list because it's the shortest and sweetest that I can make it. And to be fair, did not even really expect to make this video because I was like, most teams that make the finals don't really need my opinion, and in the case of the winners, I only have a small suggestion for them, but for the losers, what I'll say isn't really going to help, and it'll probably end up be more confusing. So let's just quickly get this done. For the Denver Nuggets, the winners, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about them because I spent a whole lot of time talking about them in my last video, which was Shooting the Breeze, number 8, promptly titled, The Denver Nuggets are the 2023 NBA champions. The main thing that they would need to worry about this offseason is replacing Bruce Brown and possibly Jeff Green. Now, Jeff Green could come back, and I believe he's still under contract for one more year, but he's just an extreme veteran. He's been on a lot of different teams, and I don't know if this time next year he will be able to produce as much as he did this year, but who knows. I love Jeff Green, so I wouldn't be surprised about it. But the main thing is going to be worried about replacing Bruce Brown, somebody that does all the little things. I don't really know of a suggestion off the top of my head, but it's just like, they're the reigning champions. Their core is under contract at least next year, and I believe everybody in their starting 5 is under contract for at least 2 more years. So it'll be a tough team to run through. Now, another question I could ask for them that I, again, don't have an answer for is like, is this the start of a dynasty? Are the Nuggets going to repeat next year? I'm not going to do that just because let's just appreciate what they did now and worry about what they did now. Also, we don't know what a lot of teams are going to look like next year because I would hope and imagine we get a lot of trades and changes of scenery that would help some teams out. So you can't really answer that question now. It can get asked now, but it's just like, if I had to answer yes or no, I'd say no, they're not going to repeat because the last 5 years, we've seen all different champions. So we'll see again for the last time. Congrats to the Denver Nuggets. Now to the Miami Heat. Now, this is going to sound like a bad thing for me to say. I'm slightly glad that they did not win the championship because I feel that it would have changed the way that some teams and people would try to construct rosters and, again, approach the regular season. Now, a lot of teams kind of approach the regular season like it doesn't matter. It's all about the playoffs, and we, the viewer, the fan, have kind of gotten screwed because a lot of times players sit out or just don't care about the regular season as much because it's all about exerting all your energy into the playoffs. And I'm not going to say the Miami Heat was completely like that, but it's just like all year we expected the Heat to be the same team. But once the playoffs came around, they were hitting their shots, and we were seeing a different level of Jimmy Butler. He won't admit it, but that was very much the case. And you can say that because he wasn't even an all-star this year. So that's kind of like the good evidence that you can support that. But what I was saying is, if the Heat, as the 8th seed, could run the table and win it all, I think a lot of teams would approach everything differently in the regular season. So with them not winning, they still might approach this Heat way, but it leaned more into consistently trying to do your best all year long and not just worry about the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes next year, but there's just kind of a little bit of tidbit I want to throw out there. But now, when it comes to what they should do this off season, I'm going to break it down to 3 things. What I would do which is the least likely and probably the dumbest thing. The thing that everybody is leaning towards them doing, and then the most likely result. The thing I would do is I would trade Jimmy Butler. Now, you're probably like, why the hell would you do that? This is going to be his peak value. We saw Jimmy Butler traded technically 3 times, but 2 times before, and whatever team traded for him won the deal. But again, this is him at his peak value, a great playoff run, and guess what? He's done this before because it's very similar to the bubble, but now that was in front of an audience, and it was as an 8 seed, and they eliminated the 1 seed. It's just like a bigger deal. They also eliminated the 2 seed, which I feel is somewhat forgotten about. So, but it's just like, the main reason I'm saying that is not to discredit Jimmy Butler, because right now we're seeing a lot of people discredit Jimmy Butler. I'm not doing that at all. It's just I don't think you're going to get a talent there in Miami at the same level with having a competent team. Now, a lot of people are suggesting, oh, they should trade for Damian Lillard, trade Tyler Hero away, which does make sense, and that was like the second part I was saying. The thing that I've seen the consistents say is that they should trade Tyler Hero because they just made the finals without him. He's kind of their biggest asset that they have, and a lot of teams should be going after him. And that does make sense in some part, but again, the main name I was like hearing and seeing is Damian Lillard, who fits the Miami Heat culture. The Heat fans would love him, and he would give his all. And I think Dame and Jimmy would be a great duo. But then you got to think about the Portland standpoint. Would they want Hero? What the hell do they want to do? We still don't really know, and we still don't even really know what Damian Lillard wants to do. That's going to be an interesting standpoint that we'll see in the next couple of weeks, however. But going back to the Miami Heat, I think a good trade, this again, I'm not the biggest trade expert, but I try to do this on 2K. I also tried to film this while talking about it on 2K, and the audio was completely crap. I think the best trade that I got, because you don't really get many trade offers for Tyler Hero, was Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero for Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso. Which, again, which team would accept, which would decline? The main reason the Heat would want that is because they're getting a great defensive point guard to replace Kyle Lowry. They kind of lose some offense, but the defense, I think, makes up for it. And you get a more experienced guy that produces very similar to Tyler Hero, if not a little bit better. If you want to do a whole Zach LaVine, Tyler Hero debate, you can. And it's also just a bit of change of scenery. And for the Bulls, they're getting a younger, slightly cheaper talent in Tyler Hero to slightly rebuild around. I don't know if they want to rebuild. I don't know what the hell Chicago wants to do. But that's like the most realistic and probably best Hero trade that I could think of. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't really help them. So, recapping that, what I would do is trade Jimmy, because he's at his peak value. It's going to be hard to bring someone of his level that could help him out. And I guess I need to give Bam a little bit of credit, but it's just like, if you want to build around Bam, then you would keep Hero and trade Tyler, because he fits the Tyler Hero timeline a little bit more. What I've seen everybody else suggest is that they trade Tyler Hero, which again, you could do that. I'm not against it. The thing I think is most likely going to happen is we see some iteration of this same team next year, because they're under the idea that we just made the finals with this team. We've been in this similar situation several times, and we're just right there, and we need one little thing to get us over the hump. So, long story short, I just think we're going to see the same team next year. And if we don't, I'm okay with it. I would love to see this team a little bit different, but at the end of the day, my main message would be, do not overcommit, because we've seen that happen before and it not work out. So, this was a quicker video just because of the circumstances that I'm under. I didn't want to take all day and whatnot, and I just kind of wanted to get this video out for all of y'all and this wrap up this long series that I started at the end of the regular season. So, I don't know the next time you will see. The most likely, the next time you'll see me is the weekly ROH TV review. Hopefully, I have better luck and better situations going on, and I hope all you have better lucks and better situations going on for yourself. So, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.